Now, authorities are still investigating the cause of a blast at a munitions plant in Somerset West. 8 people were killed in the explosion at Denel's Rheinmetals munitions factory yesterday. 2 others were injured. Pheladi Sethusa has the latest for us this morning. Pheladi, a very good morning to you. And what are you seeing? What's happening there this morning in the aftermath of this explosion?
Morning, Yveka. So we've already this morning seen some police vehicles, some fire and rescue vehicles making their way in and out of the plant here in Somerset West. We haven't seen any sort of fire trucks or anything like that, so we imagine they've managed to get that fire completely under control and have presumably secured the area. Now, they said once the area is secured, they'd be working on not only investigating what the cause may have been, but assessing that there may not be any more people trapped or any more people injured as a result of that explosion. So again, we still only know about the 8 fatalities from yesterday. We don't know how many serious injuries occurred yesterday, how many people may have been transported to hospitals, or how many employees in total were actually affected. So we know that authorities are remaining quite tight-lipped at this moment. I think being cautious and just making sure that they have all the details before they actually speak to the media and say, give us official figures around that.
Do we know the conditions of those who are still in hospital? We understand 2 people were injured, 8 dead. What do we know of those who are still being treated?
Unfortunately, we don't know what extent those injuries were at, if people maybe got burned or anything like that. We did see a number of ambulances making their way out last night, so we can only assume that some people were very, very seriously injured, Yveka. So it is actually quite frustrating at this point that no one has been able to speak to us as the media. We know that emergency services here in the Western Cape said they actually cannot speak to us because Denel is in charge of all communications, as this is a national key point and it is their property, so they have to be responsible for communicating any and all developments.
All right, and very quickly for us, Pheladi, we understand that investigation is continuing into the cause, but any speculation this morning as to what might have caused it?
Yeah. Again, we just have to speculate at this moment, but we know that people who do work at this plant work very closely with components for various explosives, parts of ammunition for military use. So you can imagine that quite volatile elements are used at the site, and if any of them aren't closely guarded, or, you know, it doesn't take much to set something like that off. So hopefully that investigation, as it continues today, will bring us into the picture of what actually happened, and we'll be working to track down some of those affected families, Vivek. As you can imagine, some people have lost sole breadwinners, and the people here are feeling very bereft in Macassar near Somerset West.
Thanks very much. We'll catch up with you throughout the day as you keep an eye on that story for us, Pheladi Sethusa.